Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with Winners and Winers, host of Bank the Bet podcast, coming to you right here on the YouTubes to talk a little bit about the Thursday night football contest between the Carolina Panthers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are a 4-point favorite, and the total on this game is 51.5. Tail of the tape go to a little something like this. Carolina 6-2 straight up, 5-3 against the number, and the over has cashed 5 of their 8 games. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 5-2-1. Hey, remember that week 1 tie against Cleveland? That seems about like 3 years ago. Anyway, 5-2-1 straight up, 5-3 against the number, and the over is also cashed in 5 of their 8 contests. Now we've got finally, a decent game on Thursday night. Carolina has won 3 straight contests, while Pittsburgh has won 4 in a row. Both of these teams have kind of figured out something on the offensive side. Carolina, they figured out that Norv Turner, still a great offensive coordinator. Still a terrible head coach, but a great offensive mind. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, they have figured out that they don't miss Le'Veon Bell. James Conner has stepped up, and all that he's done is become second in the NFL in rushing. He's rushed for 100 yards in 4 straight games, and currently, he's got better stats than Le'Veon Bell had for his career. This season, Conner is averaging 4.7 yards per carry, 10.0 yards per catch, while Le'Veon Bell for his career averages 4.3 yards per carry and 8.7 yards per catch. So, am I saying James Conner is as good as Le'Veon Bell? Not ready to say that. Am I saying that James Conner is worth about 5% of the money that Le'Veon Bell wants? Yeah, I'm ready to say that. For once and for all, everybody, this should teach the NFL that you don't draft running back with a high pick, okay? You don't need a 1-1. You don't need a 1-5. Saquon Barkley is nice, but if you don't have anybody to throw the ball, if you don't have anybody to run the offense, if you're counting on Eli Manning to do his thing like the Giants, Saquon Barkley is an absolute unnecessary extravagance. It's kind of like having a $3,000 couch in a $25,000 house. Just doesn't make a lot of sense. Le'Veon Bell, what a terrible financial decision that was. In fact, I think that's probably the worst financial decision anyone has made since I sold everything I owned and bought Pets.com stock in 1998. That was a good move. Hashtag tech bubble. Anyway, moving on to the contest here tonight. Pittsburgh, while winning 4 straight, they have not allowed more than 21 points in any of those games. Like I said, Conner is second in the NFL in rushing and doesn't show any signs of slowing down soon. Pittsburgh offense, they're really getting it done. They are 4th in the NFL in yards per game, 9th in rushing, 4th in passing. So ninth in points, 4th in passing, and 22nd in rushing. So they don't count on the rush, but when it's there, they absolutely need it. Carolina, on the other hand, very, very middle of the road. When it comes to their offense, they're 13th in yards, 11th in points, 22nd in pass. However, they are getting it done running the football between McCaffrey and the elusive Cam Newton. By elusive, I mean gigantic and a punishing runner. They are getting it done when it comes to rushing the football. This is where I think there's going to be the big matchup. It's going to be the Carolina rush offense against the Pittsburgh rush defense. Well, now, both of these teams are better than average when it comes to defense. Pittsburgh is 9th. Carolina is 11th in yards per game. Where they really distinguish themselves is against the rush. Pittsburgh is 6th against the rush. Carolina is 8th against the rush. So you're going to have 2 teams that like to run the ball that are going to struggle. So what happens? It turns into a passing contest. On the road, in the hostile environments of Pittsburgh, I like the Steelers in that situation. I think Big Ben gets it done. I think Cam Newton, when he becomes more one-dimensional, that's when he struggles. We always talk about it. When you can turn a team one-dimensional and not have the defense have to worry about both aspects, that's when they become very, very beatable. I think that if the Carolina Panthers are unable to run the ball, it becomes a very, very long night for Cam Newton and the rest of his squad. We like Pittsburgh here to cover up the 4 points. I think the Steelers continue to roll. They're doing what they always do. They struggle, they scuffle for the first month of the season. They figure it out, and then they go on to steamroll the rest of the AFC North. I don't think there's going to be any difference this year. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers continue to roll. I like them here over the Carolina Panthers, and we're going to give up the 4 points. So I think you should play the Pittsburgh Steelers with me, and then at the end of the game, we can grab those tickets, and we'll both head back to the window. You guys take care. See you tomorrow.